Hey, I'm Lady, and today I am here with my March reading wrap up. A lot going on in the month of March, but it did not affect my reading. I'm happy to say I bounced back from the previous month and was able to get a lot of reading done. So let's get into it. The first thing I finished was a manga series called The Prince in His Dark Days. It was an okay manga series. It was only 4 volumes, and I finished the last 2 volumes during the first few days in the month. This manga follows a prince who's going to be an heir to this family business. Because he leads an alternative lifestyle, he doesn't want the pressure of being in charge of the family business, so he runs away. His friends hires a girl who happens to look very much like the prince to come in and stand in for him. What's interesting is she is very poor, and for money, she's like, okay, I'll do it. Why wouldn't I want to live this lavish life? And I think that was like the main theme, because the author was trying to show, hey, this poor girl would gladly step into this role. And this other guy, because of his alternative lifestyle, because of people not accepting him for who he is, he runs away. So it was an okay manga. I think it would have benefited from being a little bit longer, because some of the things seemed a bit choppy and the storyline just seemed a bit rushed. 2 graphic novels I read in the month of March is Incognegro and Dark Rain, both by Matt Johnson, and both of these were excellent. Dark Rain is about convicts who are planning to rob a bank after the chaos of Katrina in New Orleans. This was really good. I liked the way it ended. I love the art in this book, and I just love the dialogue between the characters. The only color used in this book was blue. Everything else is scales of gray, black, and white, but you get a lot of blue, representative of the water during Katrina is what I believe it is. This was really good. I highly recommend it. Incognegro, if you want to know more about this one, you can check out Didi at Brown Girls Reading channel. She read this during March as well, and she did an excellent review of it. The next graphic novel I read in March is Bingo Love by T. Franklin. The graphics in this cover is what drew me in to begin with. I absolutely love the main character in this book. This is about 2 young girls who meet in the 60s and in preteen age, and they pretty much fall in love. They become close friends, and by the time they're 16, 17, they realize that they have more than just friendly feelings for each other, and religion and family keep them apart for upwards to 40, 50 years, but they find themselves their way back to each other. One complaint, it was too short, and that 2 parts in this story, something was mentioned, and then there were footnotes at the bottom that says see story such and such. So I'm thinking like it's maybe some ebook releases, because I found out this book was done by a Kickstarter, and I couldn't find those other stories out there. So if anybody know anything about this book, let me know. I enjoyed this, even though it was really short, but I would like to know more. Land of Shadows by Rachel Housel Hall, a Detective Eloise Norton novel. This is the first book in the series, and I can't wait to continue this series. I really like Detective Eloise. She is all about her business at work, but her personal life is a hot mess. Okay, but in this one, we find her, there's a murder of a teenage girl, and it is in the old neighborhood where Eloise grew up. And it was very reminiscent to her sister who went missing, and she doesn't know what happened to her sister. But because of the area that this child was found in, it brought up a lot of memories for her. This was really good, fast paced. Just everything I like about a lady detective. I really enjoyed this. Hidden in Plain View by Blair S. Walker is the second book in a detective series. Well, actually, he's not a detective. It's the Daryl Billups mystery series. This is actually book 2, like I said. But I really enjoyed it. I don't feel like I missed anything since I have never read the first one. But he is a writer, and some men and women are being murdered in Baltimore, and the Confederate flag is being taped to their head, and they're not sure how these people are dying, and he goes out and finds out why. The reason and the killer kind of was cliche, but I enjoyed this. It was very fast and short, and there is a book 3. I do think I will pick up book 3, but I probably won't go back to book 1. The next 3 books I'm going to talk about all in one, and that's The Long Fall. This is A Known to Evil, and this is When the Thrill is Gone. These are the first 3 books in the Leonette McGill series. I really enjoyed this series. I actually own the 4th book, and hopefully I'll pick it up in April. Leonette is a private detective in his 50s, and now he's trying to make a change in his life. He's still working as a private detective, but he's no longer taking those illegal jobs and working for the mob and destroying people's lives. And so he's trying to work to make amends, but still trouble finds him. All of these books were thrilling, fast paced. I absolutely love the main character, Leonette, and a lot of the secondary characters as well, one being his son, Twill. Leonette is a married man, but pretty much just married on paper because 2 of the 3 kids from his marriage are on, one is only his biologically out of the 3. Let's put it that way. And that's just a lot. His marriage is a hot mess. But his son, Twill, I absolutely love him. Leonette spends half his time trying to do his private detective work and the other half of his time trying to keep Twill in line. And it's just a good ride. It's 5 books total. Like I said, I own the 4th one, so we'll be reading that soon. And I'll probably just get the 5th one from the library. Next up, A Wanted Woman by Eric Jerome Dickey. Mr. Dickey. I already talked about the dialogue and stuff in my reading vlog. This book is not for the faint of heart. I'm talking about murder, torture, rape, all kinds of things in this book. We follow the wanted woman who is a trained assassin. She really just went into the family business. Her mother passes away when she's a preteen, and her dad comes to get her. I believe her mom is white or Brazilian or something like that, but her dad is Bayesian. When she goes to live with him, he pretty much trains her to be this assassin. She's only 19, 20 in this book, and a lot goes on, y'all. That's all I can say. Go into it with an open mind. It's a thrilling ride, that's for sure, but it's a lot to take in. And the final book of March, even though I finished it on April 2nd, that is Blanche Passes Gold, the final book in the Blanche White series. I looked it up, and this book was originally published in the year 2000, 18 years ago. So I think I should give up hope that there will be a book 5, 6, 7, and 8. But this was so good. As I have read through all 4 of these books, Blanche just became a real life person to me. She's no longer a character, and I just love her. We find her back in her hometown, and someone hires her to do some snooping on someone, and we meet some characters from book 1. They're back in this book, and while snooping, she decides to also snoop on this person who wronged her in the past, and basically she's going to try to get revenge or find some dirt on him to, you know, so he'll pay for what he did to her. And this was really good. I'm happy with the ending, even though I guess I can just, you know, imagine for myself what Blanche, her life will continue to be like. She does have a love interest up in here, and I was just like, okay, I like it. Now, one thing about Blanche, she has her opinions, and she can come off very judgmental and opinionated, but I still love her. There were a few points where I was like, come on, Blanche, now you being too much. You team too much, okay? But all in all, even with her flaws, which just makes her even more real, I still love her, and I will miss this series. That is it, y'all. Those are all the books I read in March. Quite a big stack. Quite a variety, and I'm looking forward to what April will hold. So let me know in the comment section below, how was your March reading month? And I'm Lady. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.